Alright guys, here is the Meta Dark Magician deck. That's what I called it, Meta Dark Magician. And honestly, this, for me, is the best way to play it. One Dark Magician. It's crazy, it's kind of risky sometimes, but at the same time, if it does get banished, I can still do plays, like I can still do other things. I basically just can't go into Dark Magician and do Circle, Banish with Eternal Soul type of thing. You can still win without that, honestly. You literally can still win. If we use Dark Magician go into the Dark Magicians. We get another 2 monsters. We can still go into Blackluster Soldier using this, and then it's can't target it. We can go into Lyric with having Magician Souls. Go into Zeus. Obviously, we can still do Naruto into Ebon, into Zeus as well. We can steal Nightmare Phoenix, pop back row. We can still Celine, Access Torka, we can still Predaplant, we can still go into Quintet. You get my point. We can still do things, right? Dark Magician, like, it's literally just Dark Magician Circle Eternal Soul. Like, that is literally all you need, really. But we're still going to, we're going to be drawing 1 instead of 2 when this is gone, but it's fine. In combination with Upstart Goblins, we're drawing more. In combination with Magician Souls, we're drawing more. And if we get this on the field, we're still drawing. So honestly, having this ratio is so nice, because I, like, 80% of the time I'm not seeing it in my hand. Like 80% of the time I'm not seeing it in my hand. If you played 100 games, like, these guys will not be in your hand the majority of those games, and that feels so good. Guess why? Because I'm seeing everything else that are good. Like, let's get into it. Magician Souls, Maxi, like at 2 is fine. Rod, Ash at 2 is fine. We got the 2 Apprentice. Honestly, I feel like this is the best ratio. 3 is good as well, but 2 is just right in my opinion. 1, okay, but why wouldn't you want to have multiple Apprentice that you can put bricks in your deck and then special summon itself? It's a special summon. Why not play more? With this, you get 2 bodies on the field in combination with this as well, and then go into Naruto, and then go into the Zeus play if you really wanted to. If you have the option to do that, you can do it. So honestly, your 2 Apprentices is sweet. Nibiru, as soon as I got into Plat 5, I started seeing more combo there. So you see me playing against Tritron, like, Nibiru is good against them. So I threw this back in the deck. I only have the 1, and honestly I see him pretty often, so I'm not gonna bump it up anyway. I don't really have space in this deck, because I still want to play. I want to play a free upstart. Free upstart is synergizes with the deck like crazy. Synergizes with the Soul Servant, and synergizes with the Dark Magical Circle. Bond's play is honestly, you could take this out because it is bricky sometimes, but it is really good to be able to go into other stuff, which I'll get into. Magic Light Fusion also is kind of bricky but if you see my footage, like summoning quintet can come in clutch, you know. So you should at least play one, honestly. But you could take it out. Like I might even do a version and just take that out, and I might even take this out too, and just keep the bonds in there. Because I'll get to the point where I would keep bonds in there and take these two out. And probably put like cross-out designator and forbidden droplets. I have 2 forbidden droplets, but I don't really want to go over 40 cards. I have a pseudo 37 card deck because of the upstart goblin. I could bump it up so we'd have 38. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like I could do that, but it just feels so much better like this, honestly. Like you're playing a 37 card deck with basically no bricks as well. It's so nice. It's so nice. So one Magician Salvation is gonna be mandatory if you play Dark Magician Go, and obviously it searches Eternal Soul. 1 circle. I honestly dropped it down to 1 circle because I don't want to really see this in my hand. I want to search it, or you know, yeah, I want to search it most of the time. Don't really want to see it in my starting hand. So that's why I dropped it down to 1. Also, so I can make some more space for other cards we'll get into. Obviously, Dark Burning Magic, Call by the Grave. Cross-out Designator is one of the reasons why I dropped Circle down to 1. Because Cross-out Designator is basically, it negates hand traps. It can negate Call by the Grave. And honestly, this deck kind of gets screwed by Call by the Grave. If they Call by the Grave your Dark Magician, like, it hurts a little bit, but like I said earlier, you still can go into plays without him. But it does hurt a little bit sometimes. Sometimes when your only play is to like get Dark Magician back on the field and circle banish, and they Call by the Grave it, that sucks, right? If it's your only play at the time. So that's why I added Cross-out Designator. I might even bump this up to 2, but I need to figure out what to cut. So yeah, honestly, I would play at least 1 because it's kind of like a third Call by the Grave in a way, because it will negate Ash, it will negate Maxi, you know, because you have Ash and Maxi in your deck, right? It can negate Imperm, all these cards, bro. Like as long as you have them, you use this, you send the cards to banish, and then negate the card that they basically you just sent, right? Mandatory Soul Servant. I'm not gonna go into that. This, you need it. Secrets of Dark Magic, you actually need it. You need it. Droplets, I added this because it's just needed at high level play. Like it really is. Like this is so good as well. Like maybe put Dark Magician or Dark Magician Go in the graveyard. Also, activate Rod, right? They try to negate your Rod, you send it off with Forbidden Droplets, right? And negate one of their monsters on the field, and then you still get the search. So I might bump this up to 2 as well. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this deck is tight, bro. I might have to go to 42 cards just to bump this up to 2 and bump this up to 2, because these cards are very useful, especially in Dark Magician, man. Honestly, like not so much Forbidden Droplets, because sometimes we don't really want to discard anything, right? But it is really powerful, really good. Obviously, I would say Trend of Tribute is kind of mandatory in Dark Magician because it just works with the deck, especially if you have Eternal Soul and Circle in the field, and maybe even a skill drain. Like you negate, then board wipe them, stuff like that. You board wipe yourself, but you bring back Dark Magician with Circle. If you have the Salvation, you bring back Dark Magician Go as well. You know, like we can play this, and there's basically no downsides to playing it, because most of the time your enemy, I say, the player that you're dueling isn't gonna be able to out this. 2 Imperm, honestly, in my other version of the deck, like in my other account, I got 3 of these, but I was just like, I see it too much when I don't need it. So 2 is honestly the magic number. It's not 3 anymore. 3 is not the magic number unless it's actually your engine, like Soul Servant and Rods. Upstart Goblin honestly is a part of the engine too, and Soul Servant, you know. Ice Dragon Prism, so